Welcome to the Assembly Content Cabana. I'm very pleased to be joined by one of my personal favorite clients, Rick Corteville, the Global Media COE for Lenovo. Welcome, Rick.
Thanks. Good to be here, Ryan.
How's your time been so far?
It's been great. Yeah, love to be in Miami. There's a lot of good content, a lot to see a lot of good old colleagues and friends, and meet new
Good
companies
deal.
as well.
Have you had a chance to check out much of the programming, or is it you just back-to-back meetings?
No, it's been a good mix. The folks at Possible kept us busy meeting with startups and other ad tech companies, but got to check out some of the content, got to see Bob Pittman interview Martha Stewart yesterday.
I heard that was a great one.
Yeah, that was really good. Just someone that can remain relevant across 4 decades as like one of the true first influencers is amazing. So that was fun to hear.
That's awesome. Now, if anything really stood out to you is when we get back, we need to make sure we're thinking about this, we're implementing this, or we're at least having conversations about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole buzzword around AI continues to propagate. So I don't think it's something that we need to commence and start because we've worked together in terms of implementing that across creative media, like overall reporting and optimization as how we leverage those tools in companies. But I think that there's just so much ripe for the testing within those realms that I think that that's something that we definitely need to continue. And then just the brand storytelling aspect. There's been a couple panels and overall sessions on that over the last couple of days, and I just think it just rings true to what we're trying to do at Lenovo of increasing that brand love across all of our product lines, whether that's commercial or consumer.
For the partners that you have met with, that you're already working with, is there anything new that they're bringing to the table from the conversations you've had? Is it creative? Is it audience targeting? What are some of those areas outside of AI, which we talk plenty about?
Yeah, I think data collaboration is one that has been a theme over the last couple of days that I think is going to continue to open up new doors. And so we work with Adobe as an example, and like how they can better integrate with other companies that we work with as we take data and audience segments and look to transact on different media partners with that. I think that one is super key. And then the fact that we build testing roadmaps across all of our geographies with Assembly, and with whether it's Reddit or Google or Teads or any one of our larger joint business partners, just staying in touch with them around what's coming down the pike so that we can weave that into the testing plans as we execute the different quarter campaigns. That's going to be something that we've been able to make progress on over the last couple of days. And it's going to be fun to test because those results really fuel innovation, but also creativity down the line.
How important is it for you as a brand to continue pushing the boundaries of innovation, but also still maintaining the performance aspect of driving results, hitting your KPIs?
Yeah, I think having that testing plan in place, it just not only provides the rigor, but forces us to have that hypothesis up front. So it isn't just like a checklist mentality of like, oh, this seems like an innovative thing, let's just throw money at it.
Let's go do that, yeah.
I think that innovation can drive results. So if you start with that strong hypothesis, you know what you're trying to measure. And what we're trying to do at Lenovo and what Assembly helps us with is like, if we can fail fast and leverage our budgets to always learn something within every campaign and then share those results, even if it didn't perform to the level that we wanted it to with the other markets, with the other teams, then we can look to incorporate that. And if it is something that continues to perform well across campaigns and across audiences, then we weave that into being a best practice, and we like hold that truth to be self-evident until it's proven otherwise. So I think innovation is just a key part that I think is infused within any of the campaigns that we're trying to do.
How important is it for Lenovo to really be connecting the dots with brand and performance, as part of the partnership with Assembly?
Yeah, I think it's key. That's why we work with you across all the different types of campaigns and budget sources that we have, because if we can build that strong muscle around just implementing full funnel campaigns and have that ability of a performance campaign of drafting off of the success we have with an upper funnel one, then we're going to be able to hit our overall revenue goals and be more successful. So it's a challenge at times to bring all the different parties together, whether it's on the media partner side or just making sure that we've got access to the right data. But at the end of the day, like, we know that that's the right way that we need to continue moving.
You stay on the cutting edge of new technology as a marketer, but also as a tech expert. How much does what you see, at a event like Possible, does that get passed back to the product team or engineering teams?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, we're trying to build that communication stream as best we can. I think where we talk more is on our overall alliance partners. That's something that has come up today as some of them are here, just around like how we can better leverage the data and the insights that we're generating. And so if they're tapping into an interesting technology, or we're working with the same technology partner, but they're working with certain elements of the overall product suite, then like how can we leverage that across the board? So I think that the data collaboration side, as we were talking about, I think that's been the biggest thing that we're trying to build, because with whether it's on the consumer side with the AI PC category that we're trying to build, or with some of our solutions-based messaging with like hybrid AI and edge computing, there's a lot of ways that we can leverage the data and insights that we have just to fuel better lead generation, better revenue pipeline that we're building. And so yeah, that's what's exciting for us.
You have some very large campaigns coming up. Obviously we have the F1 partnership.
Yep.
You have FIFA kind of in the build process right now. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we're super excited. Last October, we announced that we're the official technology sponsor with FIFA. That's going to cover both the Men's World Cup that's coming up in 2026 in North America, so Canada, US, Mexico, but then also the Women's World Cup in 2027 in Brazil. And the reason that we really lean into sports marketing and these sponsorships is that these organizations are clients of ours. So we help power the broadcast center within F1, so that as they move from city to city all throughout the season, we're helping drive that overall fan experience, and also for the organization to broadcast and process huge amounts of data to bring that overall experience through to the overall linear programming. And then on the FIFA side, we're working on a number of different work streams with them around how we can help their overall organization. So by the time that the World Cup rolls around, we're going to have some really good stories to tell, and that we think that only not helps drive like overall lead generation for small, mid-market, enterprise-level companies, but there's a consumer element there that we can weave into the mix, that if we're able to work with FIFA to bring an overall better experience for them, then we hope that passion point of being able to touch into global football starts to kind of emanate into how they feel about Lenovo. And so it's a great way of leveraging both the commercial side of our business and the consumer side with these large sports sponsorships that we're investing in.
I think you mentioned something about the partnership, and you're in a unique position where, like you said, you're also partnering beyond just as a marketing partner, but also you're empowering what's happening on the broadcast side. So I think that's an interesting angle. Now, will you be boots on the ground for any of the World Cup games?
Too early to tell. I'll dress up as a soccer ball if they need me to and roll around the pitch. But yeah, I think right now we're just working on building the marketing campaign, like getting the nuts and bolts down of like how we want to go to market.
You'll book your tickets later for the games and enter the lottery system.
Yeah, that'll come in time. But yeah, it's super exciting. Like because it's. Since '94, it hasn't been in the U.S., and I think that the state of global football has evolved and advanced so much just since that time. So we're looking at it as really a cultural moment of like how we can tap into this interest area to be able to, not only help FIFA, but bring that story to our different segments, whether that's on the gaming side, whether that's on just like that young overall creator audience that we go after, and we think there's going to be a fun story to tell.
And with this, you'll also be breaking through, I think, to a newer segment that we haven't gone after so much, is on the digital side at least, which is the sports enthusiast, the sports fan, and indirectly, there's going to be overlap on both the consumer and SMB segments from people we're already targeting. Is that an opportunity that's been discussed of we're reaching people who might not typically fall into one of our young creators or one of our students or Gen Z?
Yeah, we're looking to find that sweet spot where it's both. Like with our Immerse Gamer segment we already know that interest in FIFA, interest in the World Cup, and just global football in general over-indexes. Mm-hmm. And so we know that there's an audience there that we can go after that doesn't spread our budget too thin. And so if we can really leverage the insights that we already have while playing to these interest areas that they have. Like last year, one of the things that we were testing with Assembly was we saw interest in anime starting to increase within our Immerse Gamer segment. So we dialed that up within the creative, and lo and behold, the performance was really strong. And so it's not enough just to say like, hey, gaming audience, like you should be interested in this overall product. If we can layer on interest areas and other passions into that overall messaging, then we think that'll lead to better campaigns. And that's where the FIFA and the global football element of it just comes hand in hand. That's just another passion point that we can tap into. And if we can pay that off with the creative and the overall story, then yeah, we think it's going to perform.
Your background, you're poised to be helping to drive that narrative and drive that storytelling, because that's really what it is. When you're weaving all these pieces together, you're trying to tell a unique story about Lenovo, you're trying to tie it all together. So I think they have the right person on it from Lenovo's side.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a team effort. I've been super excited about how we've been able to build up the media COE over the last couple of years in partnership with Assembly. We see ourselves as like connectors within our organization as well. There's so many great and hardworking teams as we're trying to all work towards these set and unified goals, that if we can help achieve that, then everyone's winning.
Great. And last question for you, Rick. Outside of FIFA, outside of F1, are there any new launches that you can give us a sneak peek on, or any new products or anything new coming out from Lenovo?
No, nothing we can talk about now. I think we already have a lot of really good partnerships that are local to individual geographies, and I think that's one where we have our overall global sponsorships, but we do a lot with Ducati in the EMEA region. That's one that we've been a sponsor of a team for a long number of years, and that's been performing really well. Here in the United States, we're a partner with the Dallas Cowboys, and doing a lot within that overall stadium experience to kind of pay that off as once again as a partner of theirs, not only on the product side, but how we let them pay that off within their overall owned assets. So we're really focused on the ones that we've signed up on and how we really pay that off overall.
Great. Well, thank you, Rick. I really appreciate the time and you sitting down with us, and you've been hanging out with us all week, so we'll see you later today.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.